NVK subproject is a single script for Reaper that does a few different things. It can create subprojects, it can fix rendered subprojects and trim them, and then it can also fix subproject markers. So at one point I had this as 3 different scripts, but I've combined it all into one for simplicity and ease of use. With this script, you can select the items you want to put into a subproject, or select the tracks, and just run the script, and it'll ask you for a name. And it's going to automatically move the selected items into their own subproject. In addition, if you're using folder items, it will automatically name and number the variations. The folder items double-click mouse modifier also allows you to go right to the variation that you want to work on. So if I double-click on this, now I'm in the subproject, and as you can see, my edit cursor is right on that variation that I clicked. If I make any changes, such as extending an item or making a new variation, I can deselect all the items and then run the script. And in this mode, it fixes the start and end markers. So you can see it moved the end marker there as I added a new item. If you have other items that you don't want to be included, you just want to mute them, and the script won't add them when it gets run. But if you unmute them and run the script, they'll be added into the subproject. As you can see, it also automatically imports your video track, and it does this by looking for a track that you've named video. So if you want the track to be imported in your subprojects automatically, just name them video, and they'll be there. When you're done with your changes, you can save, and I personally like to turn off subproject rendering. So do not automatically render subprojects. And this means even if I save, it won't render until I want it to. To render, you can actually just do it from your main project by selecting your subproject items and then running the same script again. So as you can see, it's automatically re-rendered the items and then also added in the new variations. If you'd like to have a subproject that contains multiple items with different names, that's actually not a problem. So here I have explosion whoosh and then explosion phase. I can either select all these items or just select the tracks and then run the script. And I'll name this one explosion. So as you can see, it's created a new subproject, but it's using the name of the folder items for the rendered assets. This allows you to be extremely flexible with your projects and also save on CPU in larger projects that might contain a lot of items. If you decide you want to move the subproject at a different place in the timeline, it's not a problem. Just select the subproject again and then run the script. And now when it renders, it will use the start time of the first subproject item. In addition, there's also a few settings in NVK subprojects. So the first one is master effects name. This is the effects that will automatically get added onto your master track in your new subprojects. I'd recommend putting a limiter there and changing it to whatever one you want. Use offset determines how the subproject start time is calculated. If you set it to false, then items in your main project will always be at the exact same time as the subproject. Do render. If you set this one to false, then it won't automatically render your subproject when you run the script. This might be handy if you are choosing to use automatic renders when you switch tabs or when you save your subproject. Underscore is just for the naming of the variations. If you're using NVK folder items, you can change this setting there, and it will base it based on your setting for that. That's NVK subproject. Thanks for watching.